Nurgle Vs Dwarfs. Man of War Battle Report. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, today, Man of War once again on our new Sea Battle Mat. Really looking forward to this game. We are playing Dwarfs over on this side. The Dwarf fleet has deployed 9 inches up. We rolled randomly for the terrain. We've got 3 pieces here and nothing in this corner. Nothing in this corner and 1 piece over here. And this is the Nurgle deployment. As you can see, we've got lots of ships. These are plague crushers, 3 squads of 3 and just a plague ship there. Plus we've got this Allied Chaos flyer thing. What is that?
Great Winged Terror.
Great Winged Terror. Okay, so we've got 2 sea monsters as well, 1 each, which are just randomly drawn. And we are ready to get the ball rolling. So let's move on and find out who is going to be going first. Okay, so we just rolled off and the dwarfs are going to be going first. Let's see what they can do for turn 1. Okay, so end of turn 1 on both sides. Nothing really happened. Movement of 6 inches only on both of these fleets are moving fairly slow compared to some other fleets. However, they are definitely ready to face off. So I think there's going to be some action in turn 2. So let's roll off and find out who will be going first in turn 2. A 6 from me and a 4. So it's going to be Nurgle turn 2. Okay, so end of turn 2. Both fleets moving to the centre of the board. We have been shooting each other. At the moment, the dwarfs have definitely taken more damage than the Nurgle, but these dwarfs here are aiming up to ram us next turn, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get on ramming us. We both tried to get our sea monsters up, but we did fail. So let's move on now. It's going to be turn 3. We're going to roll off and see who goes first. Okay, here we go. So we're going to roll off. Nurgle got a 3 and the dwarfs got a 5, so dwarfs will be going next. Okay, so turn 3. Right, it turned out there was no ramming because you can only move 3 inches when ramming, so it's slightly out of range. I'm sure that's going to happen in this next turn. Damages taken on both sides, lots of Nurgle rot given to this dwarf fleet. However, in the end phase, when we had to find out what happened to the Nurgle's rot, most of it disappeared. We did take a couple of crew off, but that was about it. The submarines, there's 2 submarines submerged at the moment. Both sea monsters once again failed to come up. We have to roll a 4 to get the sea monsters up, and that's currently not happening. Okay, so we're going to go into turn 4 now. Let's find out who is going to go first. It's going to be Nurgle turn 4. Okay, so turn 4, and this Chaos Nurgle fleet is looking a little bit vulnerable. We've lost 3 ships, including the big ship that we had. There's a couple of casualties over on the dwarf side. We've got a couple of abandoned ships, but we are struggling to get through the ironclad armour, taking lots and lots of shots and not much damage. However, we do have a sea monster still ready to come up. The dwarf sea monster has come up. He actually managed to sink one of our ships. So we're going to move on now and see who's going to go first for the next turn. It's going to be the ironclad dwarfs. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. It's got rather messy in the middle of the table. The Nurgle haven't lost any more ships, but we are fairly badly damaged, and on the dwarf side they've abandoned 1 more ship and also taken quite a lot of damage with quite a lot of Nurgle rots on most of the ships. So it's quite late now. We're going to end the game and we're just going to call it a draw. We don't really have an outright winner. Our sea monster still didn't come up, so there you go. Didn't want to play today. Beam me up.